What's up, guys? Sean here from Srkcycles.com. We have 2008 GSXR 600. You don't see too many of the yellow and black ones. It's a cool looking bike. Yost pipe. Walk around it. You never see these bikes with the reflectors on the bottom. Everyone always takes them off. Let's take it for a spin. Now this bike might surprise you. It does not surprise me. Oh yeah, this is 08, so it's the first year of the modes. That was a big difference between, it's very similar to the 06, 07. The front end and the light's a little bit different. Other than that, it's very similar, but it has the mode buttons that does like ABC mode. You know, for like rain and stuff like that. And it kind of like reduces the throttle response, and it's pretty cool. I don't know why you need it at 600, but it's so cool. It's like what the boosters have. Oh yeah, so this might surprise you. It does not surprise me. This bike has 43,000 miles on it. Flashing that it's low on gas. I hope we don't run out of gas. But let's take this bike for a spin, and I'll show you guys this thing's got all the power. Nothing about it feels loose or slow. I'm embarrassed to say this, but I raced a kid with a GSXR 600 that had 47,000 miles on it. That had 47,000 miles on it, and he smoked me. He had a little more, he had a couple more mods done on his bike, and he weighed like 90 pounds. Smoked. He pulled on me, you know, he was a couple bikes ahead of me. But it still drove me nuts. Made me super mad. But it just goes to show that these bikes, they can run for a long time. These things have steering dampeners on them. They got the slipper clutch. It's a it's a modern sport bike. Has all the things you would expect out of a modern sport bike. Let's see if we can jump on the highway. Doesn't look backed up. You know, forget about it. Let's just go straight. You see how easily that front end popped right up? That wouldn't happen if this bike was all loose and didn't have any power. 43,000 miles is nothing. I mean, this bike feels tight. The only big difference with 43,000 miles is the price is going to be cheaper. You can have a buddy who buys the same bike for like 7,500 bucks with 15,000 miles. You bought this for 4,700 bucks, and depending on who's a better rider, you just smoked them. The brakes feel nice and tight. I'm not going to attempt to do a stoppie right now. I haven't done them in a little while. But I'm remembering why I chose this bike for my track bike. And it's just such a good platform. It's so, one, these things are cheap to fix. Real cheap to fix. I forget that when the bike has, I was doing that, I was making those noises. When the bike has stock gearing, you can't pop a wheelie you can't do a power wheelie under like 8,000 RPMs. You gotta clutch it. My bikes, I changed the gears on my bike. I could power wheelie at 3,000 RPMs in first gear. That's why, you know, I try to get on it. What a fun bike. But these things are super, you know, it's a real nimble bike. They're inexpensive. Parts are dirt cheap for them. And it goes to show, 43,000 miles. These things run. Now, you're probably watching this, you might be in the East Coast. If you're on the West Coast, that's nothing. 43,000 miles for these bikes are nothing. Well, that looked like my car. Now you're wondering why the FI's light on? It's got an aftermarket exhaust. And it's when you replace the exhaust on it, I think you either have to like go in there and tweak something with the computer or something, but the FI light's just gonna be on. That's just kind of life. I also like that these things have a little gear indicator, so first, second, you know, it tells you what gear you're in. Super handy. Another thing I like about these Srkcycles is that they don't have goofy looking, like bug-eyed turn signals on the front that everyone replaces for flush. The turn signals are built into the mirrors, which is awesome. It's a clean look, and it's the best way to get your turn signals out as far as you possibly can without people wanting to take them off. Fun bike. These things are great for track days. Mustache is getting on my face. Alright guys, this bike is 4,700 bucks. Check out the walk around video. It's a pretty clean bike, and this bike will not last long, especially since the season's breaking and it's looking pretty good out there. Alright guys, let me make this turn, then I'll shut the camera off. I'll catch you guys later. Like the channel, subscribe.